Hello everybody and welcome back to game number 2 between CDEC and EHOME. Game number 1 going the way of CDEC, EHOME not really sure what they're expecting, but that Broodmother pick definitely proved to be a thorn in their side for the majority of the game. We'll head over into game number 2 now, check out what's happening in the draft and see what we're dealing with, and I can welcome in Slesh, my co-commentator, who could maybe give my voice a little bit of a break over the next couple of series.
Well, I hope so. Are you feeling any better in comparison to yesterday?
Yesterday I woke up with a fever and I was feeling pretty awful, but I broke through it. Today I feel a lot better. It's just, the final hurdle of getting over the throat being a little bit sore, my nose being a little bit blocked, but tomorrow I should be back on form, hopefully.
Well, that's good to hear. Awesome. EHOME, they get their hands on the manly Axe, and this even banning out the Broodmother despite the fact, though, they picked the Axe second pick and still banning out the Brood, so definitely there's a respect being shown to XZ, a Broodmother who had an outstanding performance last game. CDEC not messing around, picking up Queen of Pain as well as Chen, two of the heroes from the first game as well, so feeling really comfortable with this type of heroes. EHOME, though, Shadow Fiend, once again for Inflame, I believe he does play the hero rather nicely, it wasn't really his fault that they lost the game. I think overall just decision making, I'm incredibly impressed by CDEC. It was incredibly mature overall. And Skywrath, a hero that we haven't seen too much of, but he is going to see some play this time around. One of the best zoning supports, and especially against the Axe, who is rather relying on his high armor to sustain in the lane, but Skywrath doesn't really care about that.
Yeah, good hero to play off Chen as well, because Chen is obviously going to be sitting in the jungle for a short while. Depending on which route he goes, depending on what jungle camps he gets, he could be stacking up and finding farm there with the Wild Wing and clearing down a couple of camps with that AoE tornado. Could be moving Sato towards mid. But, more likely than not, he'll try and control mid lane a little bit and get to level 5 as quickly as he can, while Skywrath Mage is off harassing that Axe, like you said. Arcane Bolt spanned out. And CDEC, their laning phase so far looks pretty decent. EHOME have the Shadow Fiend against the Queen of Pain, which, it's more of an even matchup nowadays. The raises, the increased damage there allows the SF to trade hits with the Queen of Pain quite often. The Axe off lane, he can head back into the jungle and have a decent time there. And with the Earthshaker and Lion, their two supports, they can be both offensive and defensive. Blocking ganks from Chen and Skywrath, locking down the Queen of Pain so SF can get a couple of raises in. And CDEC respond with a clockwork.
Once again, I think overall a good draft from both sides, really. I think EHOME's draft in game 1 was also pretty good. They just didn't pull it off well enough. A few misplays there, especially from ZY's Ember Spirit, I believe, just gave CDEC such a huge lead in the early game. But EHOME with the Earthshaker this time around is going to alleviate a lot of pressure from D2C's Lion. Last game, he was essentially the only hard lockdown for his team. And it was incredibly difficult for them to do anything. But clockwork, of course, always good against Earthshaker in general, and he can also just take out the line if he gets a good start. CDEC, they just like to keep in line overall with their early game aggression, and of course Cogs into Mystic Flare, one of the old school combinations as well.
Yeah, of course. I'm just looking at these drafts and thinking, okay, Clockwork kind of mirrors what Axe is going to do, get in there, that primary form of initiation, and lock someone down. And then you've got the sort of Shadow Fiend and Queen of Pain, the magic nuke damage, but also the potential for some right clicks in as well. Shadow Fiend does scale a little bit better. I'm just seeing, the same trend as last game. CDEC have a more early game focused lineup. 35 to 40 minutes right now is where they're, like 35 maybe as the benchmark, is where they're aiming to close out the game and really push up to high ground. Whereas EHOME, they can hold on for a little bit longer, depending on the last picks, obviously, which will round up the draft. We'll see what route each team decides to go down.
Yeah, I mean, overall, ZYF heroes, there are still quite a few of those. Maybe we see the return of the Lycan, and that's a hero that he really likes to play, and Slark as well. I think those are like his two main heroes, though his performance been rather lackluster in the last game.
But again, I don't think that was, maybe he made a couple of misplays, but the Orchids, Hexes, all sorts of stuff built out. He had to go for a Battle Fury straight up to deal with the Broodmother, then he had to go into a Manta style, he had to build defensive items, he had to stop his Daedalus halfway through. He got the Chrysalis, then had to build a Manta, and everything just, got stopped here and there. Faceless Void and Lifestealer going to be the last heroes here, as Aggressive picks up the Void.
No, that's going to be fun. I think both drafts are pretty good overall. I think the Lifestealer, I'm always a bit hesitant about him because I always see him just getting kited around too easily. And with Clockwork Cogs, Sky with Silence, and Void Time War, Queen of Pain Blink. It's not going to be easy for sure. I mean, ZY is going to have his work cut out for them. On the other hand, he can infest into the Axe once Axe gets Blink and then just go for those pickoffs. And he can probably burst on almost any hero really quickly as well. CDEC with the Voids here that we haven't seen too much, and with the recent remodeling of Valve, it's been gaining a bit of popularity. Mostly keeping in with the old scheme, though.
I don't know. Remodel is kind of pushing it.
I know.
Reskinning?
Reskin. The thing is, people did vote for it and doing TI4 and for the Companion Men. Yeah, I think there were quite a few other heroes that could really use a rework of their full model.
Viper, Slaughter, Zeus.
Yeah, those three kind of just come to mind. Like, I would like to see a remodel of Sand King. I think he looks like shit, but that's just my personal opinion. Like, the toothy grin, it doesn't really look that menacing, I think.
You know, there's heroes like Shadowfiend that got a remodel without people. I guess people did ask for it, but it was never put to a vote or anything, never won a vote. But he did get remodeled in the end, so there's obviously things that, you know, Valve are working on that we're not quite sure of. 4-man here from EHOME around the top rune spot, just defending that. They're actually moving up to high ground. Shiki and Aggressive both going to spot them. Is there an opening here? Fisher? Earthspike? They're waiting for it. Oh, okay, now Garden, no! Walks up onto the high ground. Earthspike's going to miss.
That fissure was really awkward.
Yeah, blocks them out, blocks them in. DDC now on the retreat is Arcane Bolt and a couple of right clicks from the Queen of Pain. Now CDEC. They're the ones with the first blood. Aggressive, looking for the Earthshaker heroes, and Flame turns back around with the razors. RTK spinning once. Does he spin twice? But yeah, Battery Assault level 1 from XZ. This is not where you want to be as EHOME.
EHOME, please, no. Yeah, I think that CDEC had the way weaker level 1, let's be honest. But EHOME, because they just whiffed 2 of their most important spells with Fissure as well as Impale, they couldn't get anything done really. I mean, once you're on the retreat, you're not getting out. We'll see they're getting very quick 2 kills, and yeah, Shiki's gonna have an easy time mid lane. Is that a bottle already coming out? No, it's just tangos.
Just more tangos. But yeah, I agree. That Fissure was a little bit awkward. You know, it kind of blocked a couple of heroes around the Fissure, so they had to move around to loop in onto the Scarth Mage. And Razor's level 1. You know, we talked about how much damage they do, but it's not enough to just kill someone. It's not like a Rocket Barrage or something like that where you can say, okay, I'm going to take half of your HP with one spell.
No. Boots first on Lifestealer. I mean, there's a really trying to zone him out, and XC also having boots first. Everybody in their mother has boots first, apparently. But it's a bit of, well, at least the range creep died, so ZYF is going to have good creep equilibrium, can pull it back. And XC being forced to level up battery, so level 1 can't really use power cogs.
I just want to have a look at mid lane, and Flame getting jumped on by Shiki. I wanted to look at the Void, but I knew something would happen. The Raze not even going to come out there. Shiki, like you said, has a good time at mid, gets an instant kill onto that Shadow Fiend. As XZ on his bot lane is turning things back around onto DDC. He's had enough of the harass and going to try and give some back. Can I look at the Void now? Come on. Let's zoom on this guy. He's got tango animations, he's got the time breaker, he's running around. Basically, they turned him into a zebra with abs. So, some stripes and some musculature. Good job. But
yeah,
Fissure...
And the hammerhead shark head, right?
Yeah.
That as well. He looks a bit weird. I think it would have looked a lot cooler if you just wouldn't have a mouth, actually.
I liked the other concept a lot more. You know, the T-Rex, the actual... I can't remember what they called it now, but the face with legs.
Oh, the face full void?
Face full void, yeah, of course it was. DDC caught in the cogs, the Battery Assault. XZ finding the kill there. Scarth Mage is chasing down Earthshaker. I don't know, Garder.
Oh, that Skyward is pretty farmed. Look at that, he's got boots as well as Null Talisman. He's dealing a lot of damage there.
Kill? Is he actually gonna... No. No! Arcane Bolt, he's dead!
What? One hit?
RTK! No, no! Oh my god! If God just goes in and kills the Earthshaker and the Axe there, I don't know what to believe anymore. But RTK...
Again, you know, it's see, they got on the ownage part. This time around is a lot earlier, though. Minute 2.5. 5-0.
What the hell are we watching? Good. EHOME. They, like, when we say, you know, they've got their work cut out for them, sometimes... It's not that difficult, it's just going to be a little bit challenging. This game is gonna be really intense for EHOME. They've got to lock down their farms. ZYF has to really get things going on this bot lane because Shadow Fiend getting killed by Quap, their jungle being invaded by a lone Skywrath Earthshaker, who's this holding role hero, not able to save his lanes. Lion can't really stack and pull. Nothing's going right for them.
No, not really. I mean, Q has been... He can also free farm in the jungle. He's not been Simon. He's level 3 already in the minute 3, and there's absolutely nothing they can do about it, really. Shiki dominating mid lane as expected if you get an early start. I mean, just look at it. At least they get a constellation kill on the Clockwork. So the order is being broken there, but Lifestealer, no matter what he does, he's not going to outcarry a Void. And RTK, TP's back up. He wants to defend the tower, but can you really get into range there?
I don't know about defending. It's more the creep wave coming in. You want the experience. Because farming jungle, now the Lion has some time to, you know, create some stacks for you. ES is pulling through. So RTK comes up, he stays just about in experience range. He will get some here. But look at how far forward Aggressive is standing. Tier 1's going to fall with the Centaur and Dark Soul from Q. Tier 2, I don't know, a push isn't really possible right now. They want to pull the lane back a little bit after this big push in. But RTK is going to hit, what, level 4.5 here, get a decent burst of gold from range creeps. The 4 range creeps here.
Yeah, as well as a catapult, so he's going to be happy with all that. Inflame posts up the haste rune. XZ is currently contesting the pull camp. Is he going to get a fissure? There we go. 1 raise, 2 raises.
Missing uphill, missing uphill. He's going to walk back into the line in Earthshaker though. Shadow Fiend not getting that kill. And RTK, yep, up to about level 4.5. He's got a decent amount of gold on him now.
Aggressive, not going for the Midas, which I don't know. I think he could have really gone for Midas on Void. Maybe he still goes back for it later, but he had such a good early start. He's got 2 assists as well as the tower last hit. I think he should have tried to go for it. But Smoke Ankler coming in from CDEC supports once again.
They've got no chrono. They've got only the slows
One
available
stun?
from Concussive Shot. Rocket Flare even helping out.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Good
damn
micro overall there from Q.
Yeah.
And the Centaur, yeah, one of them is gonna die.
Oh, yeah, I'm
The
just
other one
wondering.
survives.
Aggressive went Midas on the Queen of Pain, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
So he'll go Midas on Quap, but if he doesn't go Midas on this Void, I'm not too sure. Do you just go straight all-out damage?
Maybe he goes back for it later. I mean, Treads is not gonna stop him from maybe, I mean, similar to Lifestealer, what he does. He goes face boots first and then buys Midas later.
Shiki is crushing this lane. Doubling up on last hits against the Shadow Fiend is something that's almost unheard of. You know, Inflame is Radiant SF. He's got the 2 jungle camps. He does now have supports coming in. D2CL with their Hex after Fissure. They need another stun. They need more raises. They need more damage. They throw everything they've got in the kitchen sink down onto that Queen of Pain and finally bring her down. But Garda
1 more hit.
looks for revenge. No vision up onto high ground and Inflame. Oh. If he had gone for the middle range raise first and then the long range, maybe he gets that kill. Lion is the second to fall. So the 2 supports dying for the Queen of Pain. Probably worth it here. It would be a lot more worth it if Shadow Fiend could get a free lane for a couple of seconds, but they're just not giving him any room to breathe.
Did you see where Earthshaker died?
No, where did Earthshaker die?
He died between the tier 1 mid and the tier 2. He got
really?
killed by the rocket flare from XZ. What a player. That was a really nice snipe, actually. He was down on bot lane, timed it perfectly, and level 2 rocket flare killed the Earthshaker on the retreat.
ZYF, Gloves of Haste on top of the phase boots. Could be Midas for him. I don't know, EHOME, do you try and secure the late game? Do you go for the race car build and try and get Armlet now? It's difficult to say. It's Midas.
Well, he's going.
definitely
I think it's
yeah.
the correct decision as well. He really needs to. What about aggressive? No, he's just going straight for the fighting build. He's going Mask of Madness on Troll. Not on Troll, sorry. Void.
Troll.
Yeah. So
Well,
used to seeing the hero in every
exactly.
single freaking game.
Troll, Juggernaut, Sniper. Where are they? I don't think... Actually, I'll take it back. I've seen Troll once in the Chinese games I've been casting. I've not... Sniper is always banned. And Juggernaut we've seen from Sylar yesterday. And I don't know if I've seen it... Okay, maybe I've seen it once before that as well. I can't remember who. But not commonly at all. They're either banned or completely ignored in these drafts.
No, here that I see like every game
Oh, your
is
Skype.
banned. It really gets banned.
Your Skype. Breaking up.
Again.
Yep. Try talking now.
Is it any better?
It's okay.
Oh, for the love of God. What the hell?
Go and blame your flatmates. RTK, concussive shot. He's gonna get slowed down and nuked into oblivion. He pops the Berserker's Call just to give him that bonus armor to survive through some right clicks, but Garda says no sir and throws another arcane bolt his way.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm still lagging for you on Skype, but
Sounds
I can
okay.
hear you fine, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. Skype is just finicky sometimes. Middle lane now going to be taken down by CDEC, second tier 1 of the game, while they're holding onto all of theirs. Razors and Fisher, the TP in from Lifestealer, but he's going to get pushed back by the Cogs, and that allows Shadowfiend to deny the tier 1.
The only thing they really needed, but they're gonna lose a bit of map control there. Tower's gonna fall eventually. Let's see what Cheeky built. Do you think he's gonna go for Orchid this game?
I don't know. I guess the Lifestealer Orchid is really nice. Obviously, because it means that he can't rage, he can't really do too much in team fights apart from man up and try and fight you. But what else does it offer? You know, right clicks and regen on the mana side, solo kills on the Lion, stopping the Lifestealer from being a massive impact. But then you're dealing with tanky axe, an annoying Shadow Fiend who's got mech and maybe goes Yule's next, or BKB. You know, 2 items which can just counter out that Orchid. I'm not saying it's a bad item. I'm just saying, you know, what are there better items for it? I don't think there are.
He might consider going for Lincolns against the line, but it's not exactly a very common build. And Orchid just has the easier build-up, and it's also nice for farming purposes, so you can use a Scream of Fame a bit more liberally.
In Flame? Look at how low on gold he is. He is actually probably going to go for that Yule's. Sage's Mask is back in the base. Over on that courier. So mech, no treads, no Ring of Aquila. Just mech and Yule's. Defensive as all hell.
So far, Lifestealer still with his Midas is the net worth leader because Void didn't go for it. Void just really full on early game items, even buying a Ring of Aquila.
Well,
Yeah.
the Void isn't too far, like, he is basically not behind at all. He's now ahead of the Lifestealer. So even with that Midas, the faceless Void finding a lot of farm, dipping into the jungle after clearing out creep waves, pushing into the tower. They've obviously got a 2-tower lead over EHOME. Excuse me.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so far they should be leading as well. I mean, they have the Chen, so ideally they would be getting those towers. On CDEC side, I suppose Chen will be the one who's going for mech. What's on the courier? Yep, indeed, there is a recipe coming in. Headdress being completed up on the Chen, and they have a smoke as well. They're probably waiting for the TP of the Void, and try to go for a little bit of a play. Shiki, though, not in the smoke. Might actually be a better play since they do show him mid lane.
Yeah, and he can still blink a pretty damn long way. They're going to spot out RTK and DDC here. No, they're going to go straight in for the Lifestealer. Jumps into a wolf. Run! Run! What?
No?
How can you not realize the dog is running? The giant wolf. Okay, now the hook shot in. XZ now turned around on the Lifestealer. Aggressive. Chronos up. Stops the tower from hitting and said, "Why will fall."
That was kind of clown.
That was comedic as all hell.
Like, Garda was the only one who realized what was going on. Like, the rest of the team just started...
Guys, there's a wolf! He's running! Why are we killing these ones here? But I guess you expect... Like, in your brain, you're like, okay, he's gonna jump into the...
ROTK getting caught out there by Garda's TP.
Ooh.
Easy Sonic Wave. Fisher also not catching him, but... Luckily, there is an Invis rune for the Earthshaker.
Yeah, Shiki hexed up now. DDC, I don't know if you want to go in for this, man. Garda has pop level 6. Did wait a little while to level up Mystic Flare. But I guess in your mind, when you're going in for that, you know Lifestealer has infested something. Unconsciously, you know, your brain is just telling you, he's in the big one. He's in the big one. He's always going to jump into the Alpha Wolf. He's never going to jump into one of the little tiny, shitty wolves. So even if you see the small wolf running away, you think, huh, buggy game, it's aggroed over there to something. It can't possibly be Lifestealer, can it? And then Clockwork's like, aha, hookshot, and jumps onto this tiny little wolf running through the trees.
They nearly paid the clockwork for it, so nearly became a 1-for-1 trade, but 10 of God saving the clock just in time. And looks like EHOME, they want to set up for a kill on top lane. Earthshaker is currently hiding in the trees, but is DTC level 6? Yeah, he is. They can blow up the Queen of Pain.
Yeah, they get the Fissure into Hex. They're gonna take him down pretty easily. Finger of Death even thrown. In Flame has to pop the mech though. Mystic Flare takes him down low as Clockwork. Great cogs, catching 2. Earthshaker is now in a sticky situation where he can't cast, can't run. All he has left to do is die. As XZ leaves the fight with a double kill.
It does turn out to be a 2-for-1 trade. Garda wanting to go aggressive.
RTK.
Instead, he silenced the SS. So what's he gonna do?
Axe has Blink. Lifestealer's in him. They've got Lifestealer Armlet, I believe. Let's just check. Armlet, Phase Boots, Midas. So they do have the Lifestealer Bomb. It's just finding the opportunity to actually use it. It's not like a Storm or a Batrider where, you know, you've got the vision beforehand, or you've got the long distance zip. Okay, Chrono onto DDC. This might be your chance, but the Chrono means you can't do it just yet. There's the call, and finally ZYF gets a chance to hunt someone down. The call is only level 2 though, but along with a Fissure and a potential Culling Blade there was no chance of the Faceless Void escaping from that.
In the end, it's kind of an even trade. Void getting the solo XP, but dying in return. He couldn't really know that the RTK was right behind them with a Lifestealer bomb.
Down a bot lane. ZYF returning to farming his net worth now. He's ahead of the Void, but just about. They still need to take down towers. And taking towers is going to require the 5-man death ball from EHOME. They need to group up, they need to go and find kills and win team fights. Against CDEC, that's not so easy.
Well, it really isn't, and Shiki is also on his way to pick up the Orchid, and once that happens he can reliably go for a solo kill on the Knights as well. Once he has Sonic Wave out, of course.
So Shiki with the Orchid nearly done. 1700 gold in the bank. Mech now finished for the Chen over in that courier. Garda 3-0 and 8. This is no longer a support Skyrath. Tranquil Boot, Staff of Wizardry, 2 nulls. He's doing tons of damage with the Arcane Bolt.
If you look at it, I mean, even his normal right click is 100 base damage right now, and it's almost the same as the Queen of Pains, so he hurts quite a lot. Once again, man, he's really coming up big in those games, especially in game 1 where he played the Dazzle. Well, they couldn't really do anything to prevent that one from happening. Just XZ being completely out of position there. You're not playing the Broodmother. You can't make those kind of plays in Clockwork.
I really should have caught that. I was looking at this posturing from CDEC, getting ready to smoke, getting ready to go into Roche. Not quite sure what they're doing. It was grouping up as 4. Maybe they wanted to bait out the Clockwork and he got a little bit overzealous with his positioning.
It's possible. SF takes down the Invis rune, and Shiki should know that somebody else is top lane.
CDEC's early lead, you know, we're looking at about 4,000 net worth lead over EHOME. That's being dropped slowly but surely. EHOME are farming pretty efficiently across the board. RTK with that Blink Dagger and 1,000 gold. Shadow Fiend has buffed himself up. Treads after the mech and nearly Yule's done with just the Voice Stone and Recipe, so he's about 600 gold away from it. While Lion, 1,300 from Blink, and of course Lifestealer, ZYF. Sanj, completed almost, so it's going to be a race car build for him.
Yeah. Good scouting there from the Rocket of Clockworks, so he knew that Lion was hiding in the trees either.
XZ, where's the jump in? Scouting out with Rocket Flare, trying to see who's coming in from the side. Looks like they see the Shadow Fiend in flame all on his own.
Garda's kind of walking on his own.
The Fissure, oh, he's dead.
Finger, yeah. That's a streak. That's a killing streak. And that was kind of awkward. And he was completely on his own. Nobody else was behind him.
Well, that probably brings the net worth lead down to about 0.
Oh.
That probably brings both XP and net worth to about 0.
Yeah, aggressive. He probably, originally I thought he was going to go for Maelstrom with that Mr. Hammer, but...
BKB?
BKB is now on the agenda against Lion as well. You can't really blame him there. There's too much chain stun.
And with the Chen, they've managed to push in all the tier 1 towers. Tier 2s are on the agenda, but I feel like controlling Radiant jungle is really important here. You're allowing Shadow Fiend and Lifestealer to farm. Earthshaker's getting a decent amount of gold. And these are supports that once they get their blinks, the dynamic of their play changes massively. So going for Roche is a pretty good idea, and then you can invade Radiant jungle, get some aggressive wards down. We're already seeing the Radiant, counter warding, getting rid of those aggressive wards, but if you can really assert your dominance and stop Shadow Fiend from flash farming jungle, that's when you can put your mark on the game.
Yeah, Roche is going to be uncontested overall. EHOME were not really in a position to fight, although Clockwork kind of revealed their positioning with his rocket flare. Doesn't matter in the end though, it's nice to get the Aegis onto the Queen of Pain since she did go for an aggressive
Oh, she
item
blinks
first.
into the smoke, RTK with a call and
Aegis
Shiki
gone.
drops. The Chrono catches 3 though. Inflame with the Requiem across them. Shiki gonna respawn Sonic Wave. Okay, they're gonna get a couple here. Good hook shot in from XZ onto RTK. The Echo Slam dishing out the damage onto 3 heroes from CDEC, but EHOME are dropping like flies.
Oh,
DDC, the
nice
Earth Spike over God. Down onto Shiki and onto Aggressive. As Inflame is the last man standing. Centaur, stop. Cogs locks him in. Shiki, really?
Yeah.
That was a little bit close for comfort, but God, it comes out of that team fight with a triple kill.
That was a good play from Shiki as well. Not being greedy, he knows otherwise he would die to the Death Requiem of the Shadow Fiend. So not necessary to just stay around for the XP and dying in the process. But yeah, that's an Aegis put to good use there. I mean, the Chronosphere, it was a little bit unfortunate since it didn't catch the SF. So he could channel Requiem outside, but could have been respawning at the right time and then landing Sonic Wave on pretty much the entire EHOME team. DDC salvaging the fight there with a nice double impale.
Still doesn't make it worth it for EHOME though, because they were looking to break even. They were coming back into this. You said that it wasn't going to be contested. It was a good smoke starting things off. They just found themselves on a ramp against Chronosphere, and that's not where you want to be as EHOME. They suddenly, turned things around from being 4,000 behind to being 1,000 behind in terms of net worth. Hook shot in. XZ found RTK. The Mystic Flare, is it going to... Yeah, it's going to be enough. With the Arcane Bolt on the right click, Garda might pay the price for this. His spree. Dominating his streak. Wait, how did he get over there?
Well, it wasn't a full trap.
What? On my screen, the fissure was... Whatever, I'm done. I'm done.
Maybe, I mean, the model just looked a bit different. Who knows? Shiki, aggressive blink forward, and Chronosphere being used there on Inflame. They don't have Sonic Wave though, but...
He's got Yules, but he's being sun-stopped massively. Throws the Yules on 15 HP. The fish are going to try and lock them down while he runs away, but... Aggressive pops the BKB and one more swipe from his mace.
Lifestealer attempting to split push a little bit, but he just doesn't do that much damage here.
It's one of those, oh yeah, they have a lifestealer moments. DDC now has a blink online, looking for the killer on aggressive, goes forward with the Hex, and lifestealer going to make an impact definitely down there on the Void.
I think he backtracked the finger, didn't he?
I don't know. My eyes...
It kind of looked like it. I thought the finger should have killed him, but they needed 2 more hits. Oh well. In the end, they don't get the tower, they defend, they kill the Void. High priority kill, which is pretty good. Void, his item progression is going to be a bit slow now, since he decided to go for BKB instead of Maelstrom.
Yeah, BKB definitely not a farming item, and has allowed them to win a couple of these skirmishes and team fights. My throat's getting dry. I need to drink some water. I'm gonna go and die now.
Yeah, go ahead. Please don't die, but have some tea or something. I don't know if you still, or if you've used up all of Toby's tea. Who knows?
No, he's still got
Either
lots
way,
left.
Enough for tomorrow.
Not for long though, right?
Both of them kind of going in there, but Garda, not that easy to die, and instead they get a kill on the Earthshaker. And so Chronosphere up? No, there's no Chrono, but nothing to cancel the blink just yet. That was a bit of a short blink, I have a feeling, of Shiki. Well, oh well, doesn't matter. Line survives, they get the kill on the Earthshaker. And once again, Garda, proving to be rather elusive on this guy with Mage. 8, 1, and 10.
And that one death of his was when he was ballsy as hell walking through the river, swaggering through. He gets taken down with the line. XZ spots that DDC hook shot onto the line. Yeah, they've got him. There's no force staff, nothing to stop the clockwork here from... Or is there? Is RTK blinks in and gets the call. DDC, I don't know, somehow breaking the cogs before clockwork could kill him. Surviving through everything that XZ
he broke it himself.
Yeah. Oh, clockwork broke it.
Broke the
Okay.
cogs, yeah.
I thought he might have, but I didn't want to make that call, just in case I was wrong.
It can be, I don't know. He probably wanted to right-click the line, but then ended up right-clicking his own cogs.
Oh dear. And now Lion acting as bait with a lifestealer inside of him.
CDEC on the other side of the map though, and Inflame very wisely TPing out. There's the core. Pop going for BKB as well. Maelstrom will be the next item of choice for Aggressive Void. Game has evened out a bit though, overall. I mean, net worth is also once again converging. Going towards 0 as well as the XP. You wouldn't imagine that with a 12 kill lead from CDEC in their early game start, but you gonna chrono for this?
Echo
There's gonna
slam.
be BKB bash.
But in jumps RTK with a call onto aggressive. He doesn't really mind too much as the chrono now lands on the two big heroes. DDC with a very good earth spike, and there's no backtracking that one. Aggressive gets taken down by DDC with a plays. Mystic Flare thrown out, but not really latching onto too much. And ZYF turns his attention onto Scarth Mage. They lose the line.
Oh, nice blink in there from RTK once again.
But they're getting so many kills in return. This is the team fight of EHOME's dreams. Maybe even XZ goes down here. Lifesteal is still on the hunt.
You can just cog. Yeah, there we go. But Queen of Pain as well as Void dying once again. If one position and two position for the two supports of EHOME, really not worth it. The Blade Mail of RTK really did a lot of work there. I mean, Chronosphere only catching the axe and then Void kind of backed off and didn't want to go for him. DDC once again with the big plays, blinking and sacrificing his own life for the faceless Voids. Totally worth it.
Was that another streak of Skywrath gone?
Yeah,
He was on a killing spree or something, wasn't he? Garda,
no, he wasn't unstoppable. Oh god.
Well, that's Garda, who's level 13 with an ultimate orb. No, he's got 7,000 net worth. He's not looking too bad.
He might just go for a Hex next item. If they get a Hex on the Skywrath at some point, then yeah, it's looking good. They can just blow up the Lifestealer almost instantly.
Well, they're not too far away from Aghanims on the Chen. The Clockwork Mail is 10 gold away. I don't know why I was about to say 100. Faceless Void, like you said, he's the one that is lagging behind a little bit. Queen of Pain with Orchid and Nilly BKB, about 1,000 gold until she's got enough to finish that off. It's kind of weird. The cores on CDEC are the ones that are lagging behind item progression wise. You know, their net worth, of course, is decent. 10,000 on the Void, 9,600 on the Queen of Pain. They are ahead of the Scarth, ahead of the Chen. They are the leaders on their team, but in relation to the opponent's cores, Lifestealer, he's just finished up a basher. Shadow Fiend has Blinkfuel's mech. There's nothing really relatable on the Queen of Pain and Faceless Void.
I mean, Inflame, he was behind. He got crushed during the laning stage, but it's an SF, so you can always catch up that easily. And Midas on ZYF just proving to be the right choice here. I mean, he hasn't joined that many fights, to be honest, but yeah, he's been farming rather effectively.
The 4-man smoke up here from CDEC, looking for someone in the jungle. They're going to go and check the large camp to see if they can spot
They might
someone.
run into RTK. Yep,
He's got blink, he's got blink, he's got blink, he blinks! Blade Mail as well, aggressive. Do you waste chrono here? I don't know. I don't think you do. You don't know who's standing behind this tree wall. Hookshot goes in, RTK's caught out, and the Mystic Flare will definitely finish him off.
Such an RTK play.
The posturing. You know, it's like King Kong starting to slam his fist against his chest. Yeah, come at me. But without anything to really back you up.
Exactly. It's like, yeah, come at me. Okay, let's go.
A pint-sized King Kong.
Is that another kill going to... Yeah, Gado got the last hit once again.
Of
And the Skywrath is doing work.
So tier 2 are going to get taken by CDEC. The glyph is popped, so EHOME looking to try and split push a little bit on the side lane at top, and let the creeps do their work in mid lane.
I mean, look at it. Garda nearly has the same net worth as RTK's Axe. And he's already overtaken his own offlaner, the Clockwork, but that was to be expected.
I kind of like that. Instead of Return of the King, Return of the Kala. Just standing around, not reacting. Don't really care if they jump on you.
Road of the Cap, yeah. There's still so many things you can do, RTK.
Just make it all up as you go along.
I think RTK originally it was for Road of the King, so...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it wasn't a Lord of the Rings reference?
No, I don't even think he knows what it is. Lord of the Rings isn't exactly popular in Asia.
Okay. Inflame?
Earthshaker being forced to go for double braces, but he could actually sell one bracer now and buy up the blink.
It's gonna TP back, he might just do that. Yep.
Yep.
Damn right.
He still needs one more slot anyway for a TP scroll. Nothing of value lost. Tier 1 tower on bot lane rather low, so CDEC are not even gonna bother defending.
It's gold that has been waiting there for EHOME for quite some time. 30 minutes in and finally the bot tier 1 gets taken. And if they can take the tier 2, that's going to open up Roshan pretty handsomely for them. The TP does go back up to top though from the Lion. DDC has Lifestealer on the side of him. If they can bait out, you know, you've got Clockwork and Scarth both here. Oh, they're going to go for it. They're going to go for it. Hook shot. Where is it? Misses? And DDC. Yeah. I don't know who that's worse for. I actually don't know who wins out in that, because Lion is surely going to die, but then Clockwork probably dies in cogs as well.
They're going to jump on Clock though. Surely.
Yeah, they're going to jump on Clock now. Four staffs himself away just in time before the Hex. Magical
Quick reactions. Yeah, even if he didn't get it off, there was still a 4-staff as well on the Skywrath.
But yeah, if you think about it the other way around, let's say Clockwork hook shots onto Lion, he catches him. Battery Salt, Cogs, Mystic Flare, Lion dies. Lifestealer pops out at the same time to fight against the Clockwork, who just forces himself out of the Cogs. So it would always be Lion dying with no real exchange, I feel.
Yeah, I think the dire side would get an advantage. Illusion Rune scouting on Roshan. There's a really nice observer on the high ground as well, as seeing the entire CDEC team. So EHOME definitely know what's going on.
Shaker Illusion, hiding himself away. Got one up on the high ground and one in the Roche pit. What does CDEC do? Where do they go? They have to push out mid lane to begin with. They need the momentum pushing back into EHOME, so that you react to that. But do you have smokes? There are no smokes here. So there's no obvious route for CDEC, to break out of their half of the map, cross the river, and maybe get into the Radiant jungle.
I just think Aggressive should be focusing on farming. I mean, he can still always rejoin them if EHOME decides to go for Roshan. They still have both tier 2 towers up. He's decided to stick around with his team instead.
Sneaky move in though, the double blinks. Well, Time Walk and blink into the Roche pit, meaning that EHOME, they've got to start reacting now. They've got to get themselves into position to contest this.
Oh, they know there wasn't ES Illusion in the pit, so they know exactly what's going on.
DDC, aggressive. Oh, backtrack. Yeah, of course he backtracks. Yep, now Aggressive jumps in, Chrono down onto the line and onto ZYF. They're going to focus down the line first, Mystic Flare now onto ZYF, the Lifestealer. Not long for this world, as EHOME are trying to battle through everything that CDEC are throwing at them. The Void, though, lasting through most of it. Inflame now, Orchid up, silenced. He's going to try and get one last final kill as he drops himself. ZYF fight back?
Yep.
Oh, this could be bad.
Just too late.
This could be bad. He is now 1 versus 3. There's no hook shot, okay, but Void slows him down. The man fight begins. Orchid stun locked. ZYF. That was not the best idea.
Yeah, nice backtrack leading off the fight, I guess. And then Line, if you blink in as Line and he doesn't have full stuff here, you can't get out, really. And CDEC respond instantly. Very nice chrono from aggressive, catching the Line as well as the lifesteal, so they instantly blew both of them up. And that's gonna be a free Roshan for them. Lifestealer, who was leading the Netwars chat for quite a while, suddenly only at the top 4 position, dying 2 times.
And that one long-drawn team fight with Lifestealer buying back has given CDEC a pretty decent lead right now. You know, it went back to 0, started plateauing out, EHOME, felt comfortable in their own game. But CDEC have just swung it around completely. I don't know, where does that end? Where does that actually end? Does it go to 7,000? Does it go to 10,000? It was a 6-man stomp. One guy died. Was it Garda? Yeah, they focused down Garda because he's the most annoying hero on CDEC's team, but 6-for-1 exchange, definitely going to be detrimental to EHOME.
Yeah. Void having a bit of mana problems, so you're getting bottled up there by the Queen of Pain. He completed his full Mjolnir, kind of lacking in another slot so far anyway, so let's go for it. Lifestealer, his effectiveness is already waning, as you can see. Void is, in terms of man fight, there's no way Lifestealer wins against Void right now. And Shiki also, after winning that fight and surviving, picks up a Mystic Staff and looking for the Hex soon.
I don't know, maybe in a 1v1, like a straight up 1v1, I feel Lifestealer wins.
You really think?
He's got Feast and Open Wounds. He's going to be regenerating more, and if Mask Commanders is popped from aggressive, you know, he's going to be taking more damage. There's a Basher now on Lifestealer, you know, he's got lots at his disposal, plus armlet toggling. I'm pretty sure Lifestealer wins that one.
Want me to all chat and tell them to 1-on-1 at Roche Pit or something?
Yeah, go 1v1 in Roche Pit, guys.
Well, I'm pretty sure that Void is still going to win, just because of backtrack as well as Bash, I think,
yeah.
And the much higher attack speed. So
I don't think it's going to be super one-sided. I think it's going to be close, but Lifestealer takes it. It comes down to the super low HP, and if you get a time lock while his armlet toggling, then okay, fair enough. But armlet toggling, you can't understate the usefulness of that in a 1v1.
In flame?
Whoa, I hear BKBs, I hear lots of stuff going on. DDC nuked into oblivion is in flame. Tries to turn around with the right clicks onto Shiki.
Also using a bit of a self-use there, aggressive. Only Mjolnir himself, is he going to jump forward?
Yeah, hook shot onto RTK, dead and down for the count. 60 seconds without the axe. He does have buyback, but using it at this point, you need to use it if they push up onto tier 3s.
Well, they are definitely going to force the buyback though, surely.
Earthshaker. Wind on the back lines. He's looking for a big echo slam. It's just unfortunate that Chen has these big old ancient creeps. The 15% bonus from the Granite Golem. Hogs aggressively there.
Yeah, they see the Earthshaker and his blink got cancelled.
Good Orchid from Shiki. Blink cancelled. No chance to Fisher. Was that triple silence, double silence, whatever it was. There's no chance of casting spells now in flame.
Oh, that's awkward.
Buyback status, nil. Axe and Lifestealer, it's your chance to shine. You are the last one standing right now. Aggressive backs another Finger of Death. What? What? How does he do it? Does he have it activatable? Zedwayev's gonna fall and no buyback on him. It looks like it's just 2-0 to CDEC as EHOME get taken down by the New Kids.
Well, good to see that EHOME, an up-and-coming team, you know, at some point they were struggling after losing maybe to LGD, but Shiki, more than worthy replacement really, and it seems what I'm most impressed is just their strategic decision-making. They just seem to be calm and collected overall, and Garda really coming up big in those 2 matches tonight. And on Dazzle in game 1, so many good plays, and as well as on Skyward. I mean, his score kind of speaks for himself. 10, 3, and 17, being involved in 27 of the kills. I think that's more than all of EHOME's heroes had in total.
Well, you know what I've been really impressed with? The fact that Void managed to backtrack 3 or 4 Fingers of Death from Lion.
I think it was 3 in total, yeah.
3, yeah. Absolutely ridiculous. But we'll be back in a short while, I think about 10 minutes, with our final series of the day, VG versus VGP. So, Team A against Team B. We'll see who comes out on top in that one. We'll be back in about 10 minutes time, guys. Don't go anywhere.